Hello, friends. Today we'll talk about the Jeffrey Epstein files, those documents that were recently released and which include the names of some powerful people. These are over 3 million pages of FBI and court documents that reveal one of the most disturbing criminal cases in modern history. Who was Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein was born on January 20th, 1953 in Brooklyn, a financier who never completed college but still made his place on Wall Street. He started as a physics teacher without a degree, then joined Bear Stearns, and by 1982 had opened his own financial firm. But the mystery is where his real wealth came from. Nobody knows. At the time of his death, he had $560 million, owned a $50 million townhouse in Manhattan, and owned 2 private islands in the U.S. Virgin Islands. On August 10, 1919, Epstein died in the criminal timeline. In March 2005, Palm Beach police began an investigation when the parents of a 14-year-old girl came with a complaint. Federal officials identified 36 girls who were victims, some only 14 years old. In 2008, U.S. Attorney Alexander Acosta gave a controversial plea deal, only an 18-month sentence, and Epstein actually spent only 13 months in jail. On July 2, 2019, he was arrested again for sex trafficking charges. A month later, on August 10th, he died in his jail cell. Ghislaine Maxwell. Epstein wasn't alone. Ghislaine Maxwell, a British socialite, was his partner who recruited and groomed underage girls. On December 29, 2021, Maxwell was found guilty on 5 charges, and on June 28, 2022, received a 20-year prison sentence. In December 2025, she filed a petition to vacate her conviction and is now seeking immunity. The Epstein Files. These documents are a collection of emails, flight logs, photos, and videos, over 300 gigabytes of data that the FBI had gathered. On January 30, 2026, a major release occurred. Over 3 million pages, 2,000 videos, and 180,000 images were made public. But here's the twist. In July 2025, the FBI officially said no evidence that Epstein kept a client list. The list everyone expected doesn't even exist. Bill Gates connection. Bill Gates started meeting with Epstein in 2011, 3 years after his conviction, because Epstein could introduce him to wealthy donors. From 2011 to 2013, there were several dinners. In draft emails from 2013, Epstein wrote unverified allegations that were never sent. Gates called everything absolutely absurd and completely false. In February 2026, Gates said, "Every minute I spent with him I regret and I apologize." Melinda French Gates revealed this connection contributed to their divorce. Donald Trump connection. Trump and Epstein's friendship lasted from the late 1980s to 2004-2007. Both were neighbors in Palm Beach. In 2002, Trump said, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side." Trump's name appears 7 times in flight logs, only for New York to Florida flights, not to the island. They had a falling out in the mid-2000s. Trump denies ever visiting the island. Stephen Hawking and others. In March 2006, Stephen Hawking attended a legitimate physics conference on St. Thomas Island that was sponsored by Epstein's foundation. It included 3 Nobel Prize winners. Hawking died in 2018, and there were never any allegations against him. An email from Elon Musk from 2012 exists, in which he asked, "What day/night will be the wildest party on your island?" But there are no allegations against him. Bill Clinton's name appears frequently in flight logs for early 2000s trips. One victim testified that Epstein said, "Clinton likes them young," referring to girls. Prince Andrew was mentioned dozens of times. Virginia Giuffre made allegations, and in 2022, Prince Andrew settled the lawsuit without admitting wrongdoing. What FBI found. From the January 2026 DOJ release, it became clear that the FBI found proof Epstein abused underage girls. But little evidence was found of a broader trafficking ring involving others. This is critically important to understand. Being mentioned in the files doesn't prove wrongdoing. Some people were attending legitimate meetings. Some were involved in philanthropy discussions. The victims. Virginia Roberts Giuffre was recruited at age 16 to 17. In April